Should I click join?
I don't know what would happen if you click join.
Break
That would be
everything.
wild. Yeah, I think the world would implode.
Oh, it's okay. And the world can do that. Anyway, hello, welcome back to You Don't Have to Be Right. You really don't have to be right. Anyway,
I mean,
yeah.
is that
Yeah.
our intro this week?
Oh, it's
Is
just
that it?
cold open. Let's go. Fucking, you're here. You're here. You're already halfway to glory. Welcome in. I'm
I
Commander
hate you.
Jodo.
I hate you, but I can see your face this time, so that's good.
Yeah, well, you know, I can't flip you off as much now. Damn it.
I mean, you can.
No, I
But
can.
They'll see it.
I can. They will just see it. Yeah. Anyway, so
I can't look at my phone for half the podcast. They'll
you
notice.
can still do it. I mean, I'm looking at my phone now. Like,
Yeah, but you're like doing you're doing one of these, right? Where
yeah,
you have, like,
absolutely.
hey,
Yeah.
how you doing? Yeah, I'm having a great time. I can't
Yeah.
lift my arm out like that, man. I'm fat.
Yeah.
So how's your day going, Jodo? You had a morning, and maybe you explain to people why we're doing this on a Monday instead of a Tuesday and all that nonsense.
Oh, my work week got screwed up. I'm flying out to do some training, but I went to the dentist today, and half my face is numb. So that's cool. And half my throat, honestly, like this part of my throat is all numb. I don't know why. I asked about that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that happens." I'm like, "Great, thanks for the heads up, appreciate that." Should have ate before I went to the dentist, but they specifically said, please don't eat before you come to the dentist. And they're like, oh, when it all wears off, you can eat some food. And I'm like, perfect. Love it. So I'm waiting. Here we are.
Yeah, you should have gotten like a smoothie or something. You could have done that.
Yeah,
They're fine
yeah,
with that
probably.
usually.
Yeah, probably. They just don't want you to chew your
Got
tongue off.
Protein.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's all right.
It's gonna be really funny for me because I know you're gonna be. I'm gonna start seeing you.
Yeah.
Do that motion. I know he's gonna
Oh.
be. It's gonna be starting.
Well, I mean, for only having one issue for 8 years of, it's good. Yeah, I'll take it. And they said everything else looks good, so I have got a clean bill of health for my teeth. It's very nice.
I'm glad that, Joe, because for a guy who's dating a daughter of a dentist, I have terrible teeth.
Oh, I was like, are you talking about me? No, okay.
No.
Okay.
Riz's dad is a dentist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I have to talk like this in her face, because if he sees my teeth, he's going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Well, what you do is you just get some grills that are just teeth, and then you're good.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to embrace the dentures. I just know it's whatever.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. Honestly, so what it is I got a phobia of the dentist from like a young childhood. I had one of those teeth pulling dentists, that's just like fuck it, no Novocaine, nothing, old school. And so as a kid, just like absolute fear of the
Jesus
dentist,
Christ.
absolute fear of touching my own teeth. So it was just like, nope.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we're here.
Now
I
we're
started
here
from the bottom, and we're still here.
You didn't climb, you just went laterally, you went sideways. I feel that. After having my my two because I have two prosthetic teeth, because my wisdom teeth grew in this way, and they were towards the front of my mouth, for those who aren't seeing the audio. Yeah, for the audio listeners.
Horizontal.
Yeah, they grew in from the back towards the front of my mouth, and they fractured 2 of my molars because of that. So they removed all 6 teeth at once, right when Skyrim came out.
Yep, I remember.
So I was in my basement for 3 weeks, laid up, just playing Skyrim, and I was like, "This is the best thing ever." And
I don't know if you remember, I went to GameStop at midnight.
You did,
and got you.
You
Skyrim.
absolutely did, and I do remember that. It looks like I'm chewing tobacco. I don't chew tobacco, for those of you who are watching this.
This is a great week. Mangle.
Yeah, this is a great week to go on video there, Aaron. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Anyway,
I told you we didn't have to.
No. You said, but we don't have to, and I'm like, no, okay, fine, we'll do it. It's the right thing to do, damn it. Anyway, so I have 2 prosthetic teeth that have posts and everything, and so I besides those, I have pretty good dental hygiene. Luckily, my mom
We're once again
has.
boring everyone who's not a millennial in this chat,
Oh, absolutely.
in this listening,
Yeah.
not chat. There's no chat here.
There's no chat. There's no chat here. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
No
so
one's here.
let's roll into a topic. You got why don't you?
Oh, I got one.
Yeah,
Can I start?
Why don't you rocket it off?
Are you okay? That's my topic. It's literally, is Jodo okay? We have a calendar upstairs, Jodo, that I would like to talk about. What the fuck did you put on the calendar upstairs? The entire month is a poem that makes it seem like you're going to kill everyone in this house.
Look, it's a poem that's a play on words. It's Coddleston Pie. I'm sure other people who are listening, at least one of them is going to know. No, one of them's going to know. One of them's going to know.
What's the poem? Do you
It's
know it
Coddleston,
word by word?
Coddleston Pie. A fly can't bird, but a bird can fly. Ask me a poem and I'll tell. Ask me a riddle and I will reply. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston Pie. It's just a play on words. It's just supposed to be like a thinker. Like one of them's, why does a chicken? I don't know why. It's the why does a chicken do anything? Who knows? That's the whole point of the poem. So
that's great. Why is it on our calendar?
because I was bored waiting for my toast. Like, you want the reality? There's the reality. I was fucking bored. I was just sitting there. There was nothing on my phone. I sat down my phone. I looked at the calendar and I was like, all right, this is fine. I'll write this down. And then everybody freaked out, like I was going to go kill them or something. People were like, oh my god, this is the I was like, okay, all right, boomer.
I mean,
look.
Okay.
Look.
My next part of my topic that I have for you,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sure it's going to be enlightening.
is things I've heard from across the table. We share an office, as everyone knows. Friday nights, Joe's on his other podcast.
Jesus. Yeah, it's the Reroll podcast. If you all like tabletop RPGs, Delta Green, and then the main cast, which I'm not in the main cast, but the main cast does Pathfinder. They're doing Pathfinder campaign. So they do Pathfinder and then they do another one. So they're doing Delta Green. After this one wraps up, we're going to do a side Pathfinder and then do another Delta Green. Anyway, please continue.
In what way did you use the word 12-inch hog?
Yeah, so we are on a island in the middle of like frickin' nowhere. Sorry, I'm just checking something because
That's okay. I can be just for reference for
Okay, good.
everyone.
We're good.
I'm during this time. Normally, like I'm not in the room because we like try to because you're recording and
Yep.
I have raid that
Yep.
day. So normally I go and leave the room. But raid got canceled this week. So I was in the room listening to all this.
Yep.
So I'm just hearing things like 12-inch hog across the room,
Well,
and I'm like,
so we were talking about the island, and then there's a map on Roll20 where we changed all the names to silly names that may or may not be appropriate, and then we started talking about pig farming as an innuendo, and then we started about selling your pig, you're selling your 12-inch hog, and anyway, that's how that came around. You're welcome, by the way.
we're gonna put a disclaimer on this podcast now.
We're always had to put a disclaimer on this podcast. What are you talking about?
Fair. That's fair.
Jesus.
I mean, other podcasts get away without a disclaimer. We don't need one. It's fine.
I mean, that's
Okay. I got another one though.
I'm thinking about a specific podcast I don't want to be related to, but go ahead.
Something about Transformers movie and a date.
Oh
And
God.
convincing the date. So
Okay, so I think it's Transformers 2. It's
do we have
one
to
of the
give a- do we have-
mainland. Well, yeah, it's a spoiler.
spoilers if you haven't watched.
I think
any
it's actually the
of the
most recent
Transformers.
Transformer. Yeah, if you haven't watched that crap, sorry, but I think it's the
You
most
know.
recent Transformers movie, and
Mhm.
apparently, because I have not seen it, I've only seen 1 and 2. I think it's only
Yeah,
1
the
and
ones
2.
with the lady in it.
Shula Booth.
Shula
Shula Booth. But so apparently they spend a very uncomfortably long portion of the script justifying that this man is old dating a younger woman, but it's not statutory rape. Don't worry about it. Don't put that in your mind. No
Wait.
one thought about it until they like brought up, oh yeah, she's of age. It's fine.
Why? What?
Yeah, apparently. Now this is all secondhand
Hold on,
information.
hold on.
But
I have
this
to
is all
Google this
secondhand
now.
information. But I went off because I was like, why do you have to create a? And this is not the only movie that does this. There are other movies that have done this. Why do you have to create a situation where you have to justify that your characters can date, like, and it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I hate that I typed this in and it just
Jesus.
showed a script.
Yep, there you go.
It's like it brought you to the script to be like, "Yep, this happens."
There you go. There it is.
It's like the first, so this is why I googled. I go Transformer movie script date older man, and it's just like literally the transcript.
Yeah. So apparently he had to justify that he could date this person because they were like of the age gap. Something stupid that I'm like, okay, that was probably widely unneeded for the movie, and I don't understand why we're doing this, but here we are. You know, it's.
I'm just literally doing like a 10-second like look
You
through
do,
here.
you do, you boo. You do, you. I'm just.
I don't find it. I didn't find it. That's probably fine. I would like to move on now because that's creepier than I thought it was.
You're the
And
one that asked.
I didn't fully hear it. You're across the room. I didn't know what you said.
Oh, that's true. Also, for those of you who want to know, apparently the cartoons are better, and duh. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, you're doing the mouth thing. Yeah,
Yep.
all right, cool. Well, I've got one.
This happens now because I have a mustache.
Oh,
so it fucks with
gotcha.
me.
Okay. Well, I've got one. Who's Yoshi, and why are they getting their lickies?
Okay. That's fair.
Thank you.
So Dwarf, we were in the chat earlier today, and lovely NPC Dwarf was in there, and he was playing Mario Wonder, and apparently somehow Yoshi can get lickies. I know nothing about it.
Oh. So you're claiming that you don't know anything about this topic.
I don't even know who said it. Was it?
You're pleading the fifth.
I don't have to be right. Fuck you.
You're pleading the fifth is what you're doing.
Do you want me to assume what it is with Yoshi getting his lickies?
No. I just want the facts here.
Is this going to be a segment every week?
I want the facts here, Mr. Cup. I want the facts here.
I know that Yoshi you can turn to a giant elephant in Mario Wonder, and so that means that maybe Yoshi was getting licks up. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Is that now? If it pleases the court, I'd like to treat this witness as hostile.
What?
No, it's fine. It's fine. What game were you playing?
We were playing Stardew over here this morning,
Nice.
but Dwarf was just in there hanging out. So
How was Stardew? Yeah, good. Okay.
yeah, it was fine. Sorry, I'm sorry. So this is something that's gonna happen with us being in webcams, right?
Yeah.
I have ADHD,
Yeah.
and so I'm gonna need you to know that I'm giving as much attention to you.
No,
as
I
physically
know.
Possible
I
to
just don't want the dead air.
Oh yeah, you don't want the half a second.
Yeah. I want the. We talked about that the first time we recorded, where I would just sit there and go, So, anyway. Yeah.
No, so it was fun. It was fine.
Good.
It's part of the I think Monday morning routine is gonna be playing games with a couple friends and doing that, and because you know me, I'm apparently just trying to completely fill my fucking week.
Well, here
so
you
I
are.
have no free time.
Yep,
and
there you go.
just like you, just like fucking you. I am so shocked we started this podcast because we found a slot.
I mean, my weekends are generally open if it's not Sunday.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I just like I don't know. I just like doing stuff, man. Don't at me, bro. Bro Sif.
I'm atting you.
Oh, you're added? Well, shit.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What were we talking about?
I
Anyway,
don't
do you
know.
even remember?
Well, Yoshi getting their lickies.
No, we don't. Why do we have to say that?
Because
again?
you
I
asked
didn't
what the topic was.
Did that come out of my mouth, or was that Riz that said that?
It came out of your mouth.
I said
yes,
that
you
today?
said that. That's why I'm asking you.
That's wild. I have no memory of saying that.
I have no memory of this place.
you know me. That's a thing. Like I can literally say something,
Yeah.
and then I'll
Oh
hear
yeah.
the reactions of what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, "What did I just say?
Yeah.
Did I do something bad?"
So
Oh
I
man,
I
which is
want
really
to.
dangerous to have a podcast on to do.
Oh yeah, I want to go into a little more of a morose topic, if
What does that
allowed.
mean?
Oh, just like a not a happy talk, like a little sad, a little sad.
A little early for a little sad topic, but okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
well, Matthew,
I'll
yeah, Matthew Perry, Chandler from Friends passed away at the age of 53.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
heard about that.
it's sad. I loved watching Friends as a kid. Did you ever watch Friends? Did your parents let you watch Friends? Okay.
I I I think my parents like were one of the rare people that started watching Friends and fell off of it because most people who
Oh,
watched
okay.
Friend watched all of it.
Yeah.
So I think by the time I came around, they'd already stopped because Friends went on for like how many years? Like I don't ever remember my parents watching Friends, but they said they have.
I think it's like
Look, hold on, let me look it up.
I
How
know I
long
got it
Friends
right
has been
here.
running?
Friends
Like I
years.
just
10 years, 10 seasons.
when did it start?
September 22nd, 1994.
Yeah, so they must have by the time I started remembering things, they must have already stopped.
Yeah.
Which is really ironic for them because they are big sitcom people.
Yeah. No, it was a great. I honestly really like I'm actually really tempted to get it all and watch it again. It was just sad because, his whole like drug addict recovered and then
Yeah, he recovered and
yeah,
then
and then
it wasn't related to drugs when he died, right? If I'm right,
he
I was
was
told
he
this
was
when
hanging out in his hot tub and he drowned. So probably a little alcohol, fell asleep and drowned in his hot tub, which I again, I haven't read any of the news stories. That's all I know. And it's just sad. I like Matthew Perry. He's a good guy.
I know nothing about him, so
Yeah. Chandler Bing. Anyway, to bring
thing.
I don't
I'm just
know.
an old man.
I'm just an old man here. Let's see now. I've got another topic. We can probably cross
Just
that
as
one
sad as
out.
that one, or
No,
or,
no.
like,
I think
do you
that's.
want to depress our audience more, or like what are we doing
You
here?
must feel how I feel.
Oh
God.
God.
No,
Everyone, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah,
today.
thank
We
you very
gotta
much.
go.
Take care. No, I think that's the only depressing topic that I have.
That's good.
Yeah, I got a new mic stand.
Yeah, I can't tell because I don't see your mic.
Exactly.
So.
It's the low profile. It comes out from underneath my monitor. It's really groovy. I love this thing.
It's Elgato one, right? Do you like it?
It's Elgato. It's really good. It's better than this thing. This thing had to sit on my desk somewhere, so it took up a footprint. And I mean,
You saved desk space. That's good.
I saved desk space. I can use that for my instruments when I set up my studio and I have a recording there for my music. But yeah, no, I saved desk space, and that was the biggest thing because now I have infinite amount of desk space. It feels like so. No, it's nice. I really like it. I started on one of those scissor arm ones back when I started recording, and just started upgrading from here. And one of our mutual friends, Gartek, has this, and I looked at it and I was like, man, that's awesome because it utilizes a part of the desk that you don't use. It utilizes part of the part underneath your monitor, like.
You see, I use that because I got a triple stand monitor, so it's all attached under the monitor.
I also have a triple stand monitor.
I'll just see how that's attached then. Maybe I don't
It's just
understand.
attached to the right of it.
I see.
Yeah, it just sits here, and then the monitor stand clamps here, and it's good. And it's like, okay. The only thing that I will say is that I can't push it completely out of the way, so it rests in front of my monitors, but it's still out of the way, so it's good enough for me. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, just trying to get upgrades. Yeah.
Speaking of audio equipment, you did something that we were going to do once in a while. We're trying out in the Discord. You did a poll.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've looked at your poll, but shockingly
holy
enough,
Gorn, there's a lot of people
have replied.
Wow.
So
thank you, everybody. Jeez.
It looks like, and at time of it, people were replying still. It looks like we have a dead tie of what people have heard most between Sennheiser and Bose, which is honestly not surprising to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No,
oh wait, nope.
absolutely.
Someone else is still. Someone clicked 9 there on 8. Who is that? It must have been you. Bet you did that. No.
No, I
Nope,
didn't.
looks like updating live,
Yeah.
Corsair taking over in the gaming slot, which also isn't surprising because the peripherals
Yeah.
and nonsense. So,
Well, so I'm surprised
uh,
that people haven't heard of Denon. Denon does a lot of receiver stuff and like speaker stuff.
yeah, but that's more high end, like
No, it's not.
professional,
It
right?
really isn't. It's like
Really,
lower than Sony.
I've never heard of
It's
them.
like Yakima. You have Yakima and Denon that just sit right next to each
Oh,
other.
so it's Yakima's competitor. That makes sense.
Pretty
You also
much.
didn't put Yakima on this list,
No,
so
because Yakima doesn't really make headphones. Denon does. So I did
that's
people
fair.
who make headphones. So yeah, you know. And then the other thing that I'm not surprised about is that no one has heard of Grado or Meze. So you
Well,
know, that's
when you
not
get into
surprised.
Grado and Meze, that's like
Thousands. Well, Grado's not, but Meze is
thousands.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, well, Meze has an $800 pair of headsets.
Oh,
So
I'm
that's what
sorry.
their
Yeah,
cheapest.
yeah. I just yeah.
But beyond that, it's yeah. So they have Meze has I think they're maples.
Yeah.
They have a maple wood
Yeah.
backed headphones,
Mm-hmm.
which is like probably the most extravagant thing I could ever think of.
Right.
But and then your next step up is like $5,000, like
Oh, they're
wrinkle, like not
beautiful
even a
though.
single
Yeah.
speaker. Like it's
They're beautiful though. I mean, like I love my
someday I will listen to
Sennheisers.
that.
Oh yeah, I love my Sennheisers. They're the HD 600s. I love these things to death. I don't think I will ever go back to a closed back for my main listening headphone just because I love the depth of field that you get with an open back. Now I do have I do want to get some Bear Dynamic DT 970s. And I want to get some of those. Those
Also
are closed back.
another company that no one has ever heard of on this
Bear
whole
Dynamic,
thing.
yeah, no one's
Probably
heard.
one of the better ones too. Like
Yes, yeah,
they have some cheap stuff out there too that sounds pretty good.
yeah. Who was it that? Oh, they're not here, but the little earbuds that I bought, those ones are really good.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want something cheap, $15 has a built-in mic.
I'll have to find that after the
Oh,
show.
absolutely. Wonderful setup. I mean, I use that whenever I have to wear this fire helmet on stream. I put those in, and they work really well. I really like the sound of them. So, but yeah, no, the poll
Good.
went good. I'm surprised so many people responded. Thank
looked
you.
at it and you're shocked
Yeah,
right now, aren't
yeah.
you?
Thank you very much for responding. That's very cool.
You're absolutely shocked that people respond to your poll. But yeah, we'll be doing that once in a while.
Yeah.
For podcast topics and getting feedback on podcast / Discord interactions. No,
Oh God, we did all our shilling last time. We don't need to do it this
well,
time.
you also made the mistake of making me the socials guy, so
Oh, that's true.
I have
That's
to try
true.
to make sure I respond to
I'm
comments
turning the
on
music back
YouTube
on.
oh,
No, I'm joking. Yeah, so no, that's very cool. We'll probably put out a poll every now and again. It's just a fun thing to talk about because we talked about high-end headphones last time, and we had some people reach out and really talk about their experience with high-end headphones. So I was just curious, what people have actually sat down and used, what people have listened to, what they like, what they don't like. I mean, like, there's some people that really love closed back and some people that really love open back. And, I see the benefits of both and I want both. I want to have a closed back set and an open back set. But like for just gaming, for being able to do this podcast, I love having these open backs. They're just wonderful. I absolutely I love them.
true audiophiles like it both ways.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Moving on. What else do you want to talk about, you dork?
I can do video bits now.
Yeah, but what about our listeners on Spotify?
For audio listeners,
No.
Rage Cubby just stared really awkwardly at the screen and leaned in slightly in his chair.
What's up, party people?
What?
Audibly posing. I can't really do it because half my face is numb, but
Is that why I didn't get the bit?
you're
'Cause,
supposed
like,
to
you're
go
having-
yeah, like yeah, humph is what you're supposed to hear, but yeah,
Yeah. So
Ugh.
I was watching someone finish Resident Evil 4 last night. I was watching Durka. I don't know why I'm saying somebody.
Resident Evil 4, very good game. I love that game.
the remake. He was finishing the remake of it, and I had an idea. A lot of people for Resident Evil 4 wouldn't realize that like there's a lot of game to play after you beat it,
Yep.
because there's a lot of like unlockables and stuff like that. So, I have a question to ask of you: are you a new game plus gamer? Like,
Hmm.
how often do you beat a single player game, and then you beat it, and the game's like, hey, new game plus, tons of new stuff. Go ahead and play the game again. It'll be a great time. And do you actually play the game ever?
Okay, so yeah, that's an odd question to ask because so my favorite game that is single
Mhm.
player is Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. Those are that's the
Those
trilogy.
those don't have new game plus, do
They
they?
don't, but I have played them so often, and I've done it in a way where because you can continue your character from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2 to Mass Effect 3,
That's true.
but
That's very different.
you can also import your Mass Effect 3 character into Mass Effect 1 if you know how to edit the file.
You
So
can.
you can just be a
Oh,
god going through Mass Effect 1,
that's
2, and 3
wild.
again. Yeah, exactly. So it's
I didn't know that.
yeah, I forget how to do it now. I've actually have I need to replay those games again. It's been a while, but New Game Plus is very cool. Very good for games that have a lot of replayability, like a lot of branching storylines, I would say. Have
Hmm.
I New Game Plus a lot? I know that Mad Dyslexic New Game Plus the hell out of Forbidden
He is
West and
wild.
Zero Dawn. So that yeah, absolutely. I know that my Sandstorm, he's in the Discord, I believe. He has New Game Plus Zane.
I don't think he's in the Discord.
Oh, okay. Well, he will be.
He hates us.
He does. That's fine. So do I. But no, I think he is New Game Plus Spider-Man. What, is that too real?
I mean, you're related to him, so it's not.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
fine.
That's fair. No, but I think he's New Game Plus Spider-Man. I'm trying to think if there's an actual game that I have New Gamed Plus that was a New Game Plus. I think all the games that
It,
I have New Gamed Plus are just start again, you know?
I hate to say it, but I'm not. I am, besides, because the only game I've ever repeated a ton is also a not new game plus, which is Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
You know, that will be a whole podcast talk
Yep.
conversation some days, but we're not doing it right now. Um, and like I even like, so Final Fantasy 16 when that released, it has like a whole additional like, hey, Final Fantasy mode, where it's like a new game plus, but it also adds like new mechanics and stuff
Mhm.
on its your next playthrough. And it's like, I wanted to do it so bad, but I'm like, nope, I beat the game. I'm done. Like,
Right.
I don't know if it has something to do with like ADHD, where it's like it's no longer like a hyper focus once you beat
Mhm.
the game, because like I hate playing single player games sometimes now, because I'm just like, I am going to mainline this for 3 days, and I'm either going to beat it or I'm going to get distracted and never play it again.
Right. And I think my problem with New Game Plus is that when I play a game, I love having the arc of like I've built this character, I've overcome these
Hmm.
obstacles, and I feel like that I have had an integral part to the character growth. If you just start as a god and you just can't be killed, you're like, "Okay, I'm just
Well, that's
watching a
and that's
movie now."
and that's why I was so crazy with 16. Is 16 is not that. It is like, we did a little bit of it. I did with Riz, and it is very hard when you restart. Like, it is not just you are watching a movie. Like, they up the difficulty. It's here's the next, because classically in Final Fantasy games you go up to level 100, but in 16 you only went up to level 50. So the new game plus is the
50 to
next
100.
50 levels. Yeah, so it's like, but so like we were a little under leveled going into it, and it's just like getting your ass handed
Yeah.
to you, and it's
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, well, I should love this. This feels like Dark Souls almost. But I was like, I already beat the game, did it like did like a couple hours over it, and we're like done. So I also need to stream that game sometime.
Yeah,
I
that'd be a
hate
good
myself.
that would be a good well, I hate myself too because I should stream too, but here we are. You know,
We're doing a podcast
we're
instead,
doing a
Jodo,
podcast. Yeah.
and because we can't get away from our streaming lives, we have it live.
You know, and if you would like to have that live, then you can join the Discord.
Oh my god! I thought I was, I left it open for you.
Oh, speaking of our shilling and ruthless self promotion, our Patreon dropped the first video today. Second video today.
Yep,
Second
the first
video
video
an
was
hour
yesterday.
ago. So first video I uploaded in the middle of the night like a freaking weirdo. But
And our Patreon is monthly, so we do not make you pay per upload. I actually think about want to talk to you about changing that to a different cycle of things that we can do
Oh
that
yeah.
I see a different podcast do.
Cool.
I'll just talk about it now. Whatever we can talk about. We're on the podcast. Per week idea. So, you drop everything down to like whatever you think its monthly price would be. So it'd be like $1 per week. So if we miss a week of contact, we don't charge anybody.
Oh, interesting. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, does it charge only if you produce that week?
It will. It should. So it should charge once a week. So, and I know this because like there are things out there that charge you per post. There are things that charge you once a month, and I think there's a way to make it so you like can we did what we said we were gonna do this week. Click a button and it charges everyone $1.
We'll have to
Whatever.
look into that because yeah, I
Yeah.
would.
Oh, it does this. Okay. It does a week. It does it every month, but it does every week apparently. It looks at how many weeks are in that month, kind of
Oh,
thing.
wow, man.
Yeah,
Never
I
mind.
don't like it.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea though. It's a good idea.
I would love a thing because like I have a Patreon for my Twitch, but I haven't touched it in forever, and I feel bad with people still farming money off of it basically. But people who want me to succeed in life, and that's why they're doing it. I know that, but it's also like I wish I just had a way where it's like if I don't post content, I don't take your money. That'd be very nice. I would like that system.
Yeah, I would like that system too. Yeah, that'd be a cool system.
But some of the internet is also like not like making money off like a lot of people. It's like having a it's like you always make money off of old YouTube videos and stuff like that if you're
Right.
monetized on YouTube and
Right.
stuff like that, and you're big. But we're
Yeah.
like us, big podcasters.
Look, you don't have to be right. True. Oh God. Yeah, no, New Game Plus, that's an interesting topic. I like that topic. That's a very good topic. It gives
I
me
got a bunch
something to
of
think about. Yeah, it gives me something to think about because, I've New Game Plus, but have I traditionally like done an actual New Game Plus? I don't think I actually have. So there you go. So there it is. I will say that the new Resident Evil, my cousin has done New Game Plus in it in Resident Evil 4, and apparently
Very
it's
wild.
yeah, apparently it's like here's all your guns, good luck, and that's how a New Game Plus should be. You should not start out of the gate being able to murk the final boss, and
Well, it's
yeah,
because it's a cycle, and once you get in the New Game Plus cycle, it's like you play so many times, then you can murk the final boss, and then you have like unlimited ammo. You get all these weird perks and stuff that like they would never put in the normal game because Resident Evil is all about if you've never played a Resident Evil game, it's a horror-ish game. It's got horror concepts around it always, and it's a ammo management game.
Well, it's a briefcase management game. I mean, criminy.
That's true too. It's also a briefcase management game.
Yeah. No, it's quite funny. I remember sitting there in the dark of like 2 a.m. on the GameCube when it first came out, playing it with Zane, and it was just like it blew my mind. I was like, man, this is the peak of graphics. No one will ever make better. And then here we are.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. With it being, I think will be the day after. Are we uploading this on Wednesday still? Even though we're recording it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it'll be the Halloween will be yesterday, but how are you with spooky games? Can you do them? Do you think you can handle the spooks?
What type of spook?
I'm talking about all of them. Like anything. Lay it on me, bud.
Well, so like if you were like, hey, go play Resident Evil 2 alone, probably not. No. Resident Evil 4 more so because I've actually played the game. I've played 2 as well. I've completed most of the Resident Evils with my cousin. That's who I played Resident Evil with. But it's just like it drives no interest to me to just get scared, just to be scared. My interest is more of the big damn hero. That's why I love Mass Effect so much, because it combined Star Wars, Star Trek, and and Battlestar Galactica and just all these cool things into this action hero movie. And I was like, yeah, I can be the big damn hero. Let's go. And then you go and save the galaxy 3 times. And it's just, spoiler alert. And then it's just great, you know? I know. I didn't know if you played or not. But horror movies and horror games, I'll play them. I'll usually play them if I'm with someone, but not my actual cup of tea, if that makes any sense.
I love watching them now. I've
Watching
gotten to
them
this
is
thing.
good.
Watching people play horror games, because like it's gotten to the point where like I've done it so many like it's this little obsession of mine started with Phasmophobia, because I used to be a
Okay, yeah.
complete I used to be a complete like I'm not touching horror games.
Mhm.
Horror games are terrifying. I think the most I ever watched was one time I watched someone play Soma. I watched Markiplier, I
Oh,
think, play
Soma.
Soma when it first came out, and I was just like, yeah, I couldn't do it. Like back when I was a kid, like games that aren't considered horror games, right? BioShock, the original BioShock,
Right.
couldn't play that for like I didn't play it because I was like the first 3 minutes of that is actually kind of scary because you don't have a weapon or anything, and like slicers like are jump scaring you and stuff, and I was like, I'm not playing BioShock, that's a horror game, I'm not playing it.
Right.
I've played them all, that's fine. But like I think I played as a kid the original Dead Space, and I played it in
Dead
my
Space,
room
yeah.
in 30-minute intervals.
Yeah.
I would play it for 30 minutes and put it down, never touch it for like 2 days, and then
Yeah.
get back up and play it.
Yeah.
And so I had this long gap from like my childhood to like probably like a couple months ago where I just wouldn't play horror games, wouldn't even watch them. And then I started watching Jeremy Dooley play Phasmophobia, and I realized that Phasmophobia is a game and not a horror game, because there's like it has like obviously the ghosts can jump scare you and stuff, but you're like it's a mystery game. You're trying to solve a mystery, and
Yeah.
that's like. So I can play Phasmo all day, and I can watch some other horror now because it's like Phasmo's kind of numb me to it a little bit. But nah, I'm a big bitch still.
Yeah, me too. That's all right. It's a combination of like fear, but it's mainly like
real life scares me enough.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But it's just like if I play a game, I want to be a big damn hero. I want to play in situations that I can't be, and I get scared enough in real life. It's exactly right.
Such a normie in real life.
Such a norm. Yeah, right. Big damn.
Well, I know
normie.
we talked about that reflects with last week, and you want to D&D and stuff. You said you want the hero story in D&D and all that stuff, and
hero story, and also I want to play the hero. I will say that I played a villain campaign that was very well done and very good. I, of course, being me, played lawful evil. So but I did still find a way to just dick everybody out of everything. So there you are.
Fair.
Yeah. Lawful evil, you're not a good person. You're just use the law to your own means, and you're like, haha.
Well, it usually means you're bad, but you follow a code of some sort, right? Like you
right.
want, like,
yeah.
Lawful evil version is like, I murder everyone except children. That's lawful evil because you follow, like,
Yeah.
Like I do kill everyone except children.
Except kids. You don't do kids.
Because we want this game to be rated M and not A.
M for mature.
Dude, that is kind of wild about Star Wars. If you think about Return of the Sith, episode 3, right?
Yeah.
Order 66. There's like the implication
Sith?
that's rated PG-13, right?
Yeah, it is PG-13.
And there's like implications of like murdering children in it.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that.
They didn't show anything on screen though.
True.
I will say is that with PG-13 you get one swear word. And I really wish that when he said, I am the Senate, I wish Samuel L. Jackson just said, fuck the Senate.
Fuck the police.
Yeah, pretty much. I like Samuel L. Jackson. He did a really good job. Star Wars is great. I love Star Wars. If you couldn't tell, I love Star Wars.
You like sci-fi a lot.
Oh yeah, sci-fi is my jams, man.
Makes me absolutely shocked you've never played Warframe.
I have played Warframe.
You have?
I've played Warframe with you.
You did. That's right. You did it a couple times. It was only like once or twice, but it was when I was really deep in Warframe.
Yeah.
I went down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Warframe's fun because if you have like someone who knows what they're doing, you can go through like 6 years of content in like 3 months, and like
Yeah.
just like all of a sudden you'll come out and be like,
What year is
"This
it?
is the best and the worst story I've ever played."
Yeah. Yeah. No,
They
Warframe
retconned
was.
so much out of it.
Have they? Oh, well. Oh,
I
oh
mean,
well.
they didn't really care at first, right? They were like Warframe. The story of like the developers of Warframe is actually insane. They had like a year to try to make money, and if they
Oh,
failed, they were just gonna they were gonna have to like lay people off because
yeah.
Warframe came out of the because in video games, this is a little bit of video games history for no one who gives a shit. There was a time in like I'm not 100% sure where, but like when indie wasn't really a thing yet in the early
Mhm.
2000s, but like a lot of little games were being made by people, so there's a lot of like freelance development work.
Right.
And I think it was 2008ish. I want to say that was part of the recession that it just started to dry up.
Mhm.
So Warframe came out of like a company that did just that work,
Interesting.
making like suddenly having a year worth of finances and being like, we have to make our game,
Mhm.
or we're gonna
Or
we're
we'll
gonna
bust.
fail. And
Yeah.
so yeah, and that's what Warframe came out. So there was like the story was like not I don't want to say slapstick, but it was like scotch tape together. Like,
This'll work. This'll work. I promise.
this will work. We
Yeah.
will have jumps, and then like we'll just listen to the community and see what they say and fix it. And that's
Yeah.
literally what they did in Warframe. And like you know how like the movement's all wild, that came from a glitch,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I mean, speaking of listening to a community, and I am looking at my phone for this one because there is an article that just came across my convention crew desk. Looks like that the community around Warhammer, like Total War Warhammer 3 specifically,
mhm,
okay,
mhm.
is concern over the increased pricing of the fantasy strategy games DLC with Shadows of Change. The developer Creative Assembly has a statement on Steam forums, and basically they're saying, hey, you're micro creeping. You're micro creeping your transactions. So for instance,
Back it up. What are you talking about? You're talking about? Are you talking about Warhammer 40K, the video game, or the tabletop?
Total War Warhammer 3 is a video game you get in Steam.
Okay, the
Yep,
video game.
yep,
I
Steam
got
video.
really
Sorry about that.
confused because I was in tabletop mode,
Yeah.
and then you said the
Nope,
word Steam, and I
yeah.
was like,
Yep. No, this is the video
what?
game because they have Total
Okay.
War 1, 2, and 3, which is Warhammer, which is
Hmm.
basically Age of Sigmar Warhammer, which is the elves and everybody with spears and swords. So the medieval
Hmm.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
And the community basically outreached and said, hey, Mortal Engines, which was the first time we saw this, was $20 for a DLC. And that was for all the different races. So we thought, okay, that's fine. $20 for increase of your races and the map, fine. Now we're going to something that's almost the price of the game as a DLC. You're going, huh? What's going on here? I actually was just looking in to check.
This is the RTS game, right?
This is the RTS. It's just like
Okay.
Total War. It's Total War except Warhammer.
Because Dark Tide is a like co-op 4-person thing. That's all I've ever really watched of Andor,
Gotcha.
besides you
Yeah.
streaming. So I was like, I think
Yeah.
he's talking about the RTS game.
So
Okay.
Shadows of Change, it is $30.
Okay.
So it's half the price of the game, and you get three. You get basically they are paywalling the Zeech army, which is a different type of demon, and two other armies. So they are giving
So
you two people to play as and Zeech for $30 instead of $20, which was Mortal Empires, which gave you like
so
12.
I know why. I bet
Uh-huh.
Game Pass. It's 40K is on Game Pass, I believe. So you can play the game for free. So they're trying to gate the DLCs with more money.
Oh,
So
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
buying the
Okay.
game
I see what you're
basically with
saying. Yeah.
DLCs.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a trend I'm starting to notice in
Yeah.
video games because they're not making any money off of people playing it on Game Pass. So they're
No.
trying to make it so there's big baity DLCs now to like make people spend money on their game. Is
Mhm.
something I've noticed certain game companies are starting to do. Sucks for if you actually like the game and buy it.
Yeah.
Also, just the community is totally right. They should lower that to like less than 20 almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
but their community's right. But I can see why they're doing it. They're
Yeah.
trying to recoup costs. Let me double check. Let me actually look and see if this game is on Game Pass really quick
Yeah.
because I bet it is.
You know, a game that they need
Um,
to just hurry up and make is Stellaris 2. They need to stop giving DLC for Stellaris and make Stellaris 2.
well, they're well look at so Stellaris is made from. Look, we need to we need to talk about what's going on with Stellaris and that game company because that Stellaris is made with the same people who makes Hoi 4
Yep.
and all those games. That game company lives off of DLCs, and they just made City Skylines 2, right? That's the same publishers,
Right.
right?
Yeah, it's the same publisher.
And oh my god, is that not doing well?
Well, so the trend is that they keep pumping DLC to DLC to DLC until your game file is 250 gigs, and then they go, okay, we're just going to make it a second game and condense that down into 50 gigs, and then we'll continue releasing DLC.
My Game Pass thing is wrong, by the way. It's not on Game Pass. Only Warhammer game on Game Pass is Darktide.
Is Darktide,
So,
yeah. And I believe that's the first-person shooter, right?
Yeah, first person Left 4 Dead 2 co-op style.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah. Yep. I know. I think Durka was playing that at some point. I was being like, "Hey, you're a blah," and he's like, "Sure." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, no. Yeah, I play a little bit of Total War Warhammer 3. I got it because I have friends who have it, and I actually really like the Total War series. Rome Total War 2, I played the ever-loving shit out of. Played it into the ground and loved every minute of it, and then went to Total War Empire. I think it was about the Revolutionary War. Hated it. Absolutely hated it.
I've never, like I said, you and your Warhammer game, I've never touched it. Like not
Well,
on purpose.
no, I mean
like,
RTS.
not. I know. I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about the Warhammer universe. I've never which is weird because I was a big RTS guy, but I was on the Age of Empires, Red Alert, like that type of stuff. Like because my brother was playing, I was doing all his hand me downs on like my Windows 98 computer. So
Yeah.
like I've never gotten to modern Warhammer RTS stuff. But I think it's because our Warhammer's it's kind of like Stellaris, right? Where it's big battle. It's like not like unit. You're commanding armies, not units, right?
Your commanding armies, not units. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I'm not into that type of RTS. I'm into like the StarCraft, Age of Empires stuff where it's like you are commanding units and it's all about micromanaging your movements and stuff like that, not about like I control big army upgrade path stuff. So that's what I think it is with me. That's why I never got into Warhammer or what's the other one that's like that? Like even Civilization's sort of like that, right? It's turn-based RTS, but
yeah, it's turn-based RTS. It kind of is, kind of isn't. Like your unit's just like a little square thing.
Yeah, I know that, but that's even I'm forgetting what it's called. There's like it's RTS and there's like a level above RTS they call it. I forget what it. Ooh, look at the whiteout right here. So okay,
I mean, it's just you.
This is what happens when you give us webcams. We start doing video bits. I'm so sorry for all Spotify listeners, and soon to be Google Podcast. Hopefully, when I figure that out.
We don't have anybody that listens on Spotify.
Yes, we do. There's 7 of them.
Ooh!
We have more people that listen on YouTube, which is why we've swapped to the video
That's
and
fine.
stuff. You're totally right.
But anyway, yeah, no, I I like Warhammer.
You made us react to chat. We broke. We were so good. We were not reacting to chat for 50 minutes, Jodo. We were good for 50 minutes.
Look.
Herber. It's all Herber.
I value all of our people. I value all our people equally, and he made a funny, and I chuckled at it. And you know what? He should not be sorry.
And you know what? If you were live, you would have seen the funny too.
Oh, for God's sake!
But if you want to join us live in the Discord, check the YouTube link. We don't know how to make links in Spotify unless Jodo made us how, and I just didn't.
I hate.
There you go.
What I was going to say is that Warhammer right now for the actual like tabletop minis game, I'm not happy with what type of place it's in. You know, if you have a minis tabletop game, Look at Legion, the one that I'm really into right now, Star Wars Legion. You
Here we go again.
Yeah, I know. Here we go again.
It's fine.
But you have a win rate of 50 to 60% for each army, generally speaking. Generally speaking, you want it at 55%. You want your win rate 55%. That's where you want your win rate for any army, and they're between 50 and 60. Generally speaking, they've got 4 armies to friggin' balance. So, but look at Warhammer. They have countless Space Marines. Don't even get me started on how many freaking chapters of Space Marines.
Okay.
But hold on. Train's coming into the station. But look at this. You got so many different armies that you need to balance, and you need to balance them. You can't have armies that sit down at a 15% win rate while you boost armies that are already at a 65% win rate. That's what Warhammer's doing right now. What's up?
You want to know why they're doing that?
Because they're popular.
Because their player base is shrinking, I bet.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
The reason
the
reason that 10th edition is getting such backlash is because people got rejuvenated with Warhammer with 9th edition, and people were like, heck yeah, let's play 9th edition. And 10th edition came out, and they go, what in the goddamn hell's going on here?
What in the goddamn baby?
Oh, hell yeah. They're just
come through Discord, all that.
No, but it got recorded in here. It got recorded in.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But no,
Discord's gonna be real confused.
Yeah.
So, my other option is this: it's power creep. Probably the newer stuff has higher win rates than the older stuff, or meta swapping, so people feel like they need to buy more armies. It's just Magic the Gathering does this. Video games do this, like League of Legends does it. Any sort of game that is this game as a service. Destiny 2 does it. All games do it. But
sure.
It is just being a little obvious right now.
Sure, but with a year out in 10th edition, you should not still have an army that is sitting at a 60 to 65% win rate. You shouldn't.
What army is it?
Eldar.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a fan favorite or anything.
Space elves, basically, and you shouldn't have that. You errata 2 months out after you see how it shakes out in the first tournament is how they do it, and then we've had 5 or 6 tournaments since then, and they still haven't errated them down. I mean, that was the cheater that I was talking about. He was cheating with that army because that's the win army.
These nuts. I have a closing topic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, would you like to close that on errata these nuts?
No. I don't at all. No, I had it. I just forgot what it was. Oh yeah, no, I do remember now. Hey, Jodo.
Yeah.
What do you want to do on episode 260?
What?
What do you want to do on it? What do you think we're gonna do on episode 260 of this podcast?
Am I going to live that long?
That'd be 5 years, so I hope so.
So why are you talking about this? What's
because I wanted to bring up, it's like what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? But instead it's what do you think we're gonna be doing on episode 260 of this
I would
podcast,
really like,
give or take a couple.
I would really like what I would like.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be sitting in my studio, which I'll be getting hopefully here soon. And I would love to be 3 years into being a medic, still bantering with you about this wonderful podcast that we have cobbled together. We've just, from the ground up, baby, said, you know what? We're bored. Let's do this thing. Let's just go.
You got to keep our Tuesdays open. Then.
Oh, no, that's fine. Tuesday? That's fine. A rotating schedule. We'll work around it.
Yeah, true.
But
that you know what? It might be episode 300 then, because we'll probably, if we have a rotating schedule, we'll have to film like an episode like a Tuesday and then like a Wednesday, and then you'll be gone for like 7 days.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, no, that's what I'm hoping. What about yourself?
I don't know, man. I was thinking about it. I was like, do I think like, because like I was looking at when I was judging other podcasts, right, being like, we could be better than that. I was seeing that some of them are in like the thousands, and I'm like, that means their podcast. I was like, how many years means their podcast has been going on for like 20 years or
Yeah.
nonsense, or they've been doing double episodes.
I was going to say,
at
or
some
they're doing
point,
2 episodes a week, or an episode a
Yeah.
day. You know,
Well,
God
and
forbid.
I'm just like I'm like that's fucking wild. And I was like, it's Jodo though. Because I was thinking about like I'm like, you know, it's like I don't have a like I'm not really on a streak of doing anything that long ever. And then I realized I kind of am actually, because I've been raiding in Final Fantasy for like almost 2 years now, and
Mhm.
doing the Destiny thing we'll be doing later today. We've been doing that for a few weeks, and like I was streaming for like 4 years consistently until recently. But like, is it 4 years? I don't know. But it's like, so where do I think this podcast is gonna go in 260? And I just hope by episode 260, we have our own offices.
Well, by 6 months we will.
Yeah, our lease is up in March.
March or May,
April?
one of the M's, and then yeah, I'll have my studio. You'll have an office somewhere, and we'll be able to do this.
Just a room.
A room
Be
with a
fine.
view.
A room, hopefully with no view, because goddamn, it's already annoying with that curtain. Like it's already blasted in on this monitor. I can't see. I'd have to get up and adjust the curtain. And I'm not
What,
going to do that
Sonny?
right
I
now. So
can't
this
see
monitor,
you. Yep.
worthless.
Perfect.
So.
All right. Well, we should end there. We've got more topics for the next one. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching, listening, or otherwise.
You have to do another one of these, don't we?
We do have to do another one of these. Yeah, you're getting back to back.
See you all next week.
Yeah.
AKA
See you all
in about
in
10 minutes.
See you all after the after show. And if you want to catch the after show, you go to Patreon and look us up there. You've got many tiers to choose from, and might I say the names are mighty fine indeed.
Do we have any patrons to say at the end of this
No,
episode?
we don't.
That's great.
We got nothing, and it's fine. You know what? We're just here to be goofy. We don't. Anyway, all right. Thank you, everybody.
It'll be really funny because it's gonna be funny because we're at the one point you know that we're gonna have a point. We'll do it in the after show.
Yeah.
Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.